What's up, guys? Welcome to the Free Game Collective. My name is Marcus, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about something that's been going through my mind, something that I've been feeling, talking about. And there's a lot of more things that I want to talk about, but this is the most important thing and something that I realized, that I've realized throughout my life and throughout my athletic career, but now it's starting to really internalize. I'm really starting to understand that this is the only way to make it. This is the only way to make it, because you don't rise under pressure. You fall to your preparation. Most people don't rise to pressure, they fall to their preparation. Most people don't rise to pressure, they fall to their preparation. And most people only understand that after they've been in that moment when they're not prepared, and then later they realize by that time it's too late, you know? Bro, pressure shows up everywhere. Big games, exams, job interviews, presentations, important conversations with people that you need to talk to, network with, whatever. If you want to be great, you have to do what no one else is willing to do. For example, playing football, I would train, work on this move called a rocker step, and I would grind. I worked on that move for at least 4 or 5 years before I even got the chance to use it in a real game situation. And when that time came and they called my number, when the time was running down on the clock and there's 30 seconds and we were down by a touchdown, I knew I was prepared because I worked on that move and they called the route and I was ready. And I ran that route, broke his ankles, scored a touchdown. And the only reason I was able to do that was, of course, God, but it was my preparation. Working hard, repeating it over and over again. Repetition, perfection, and you won't fold under pressure because you'll be ready. You feel me? Most people feel like it's easy. Think about a practice versus a game, or studying versus an exam, or rehearsing a song or something versus doing it in front of a crowd. Most people feel fine because no one's watching them. But when that time comes, when the crowd is watching and the crowd is cheering and the time's running down on the clock, you start to overthink, you forget your plays, you forget the route that you're supposed to run, you mess up an email, whatever. And people call it choking under pressure, but really it's not that at all. You're just falling to your preparation. And you weren't prepared, so you failed. So you can't blame anyone else but yourself. You can't blame anyone else but yourself, bro. You gotta train. You gotta do the reps. It's not even just about sports, bro. You want to pass that exam, you gotta do the homework during the semester. You gotta hand in that homework. That's reps. Why do you think we have homework? Why do you think you have to go to school and learn? That's reps. That's how you prepare. So if you're not going to school, how are you going to prepare? How are you going to get to the next level in your life? You can't. Think about a guy like Steph Curry, okay? He's elite. But the only way you become elite under pressure in whatever field you're in is by not folding under pressure in your preparation. Athletes like Steph Curry, millions watching him all over the world. Do you think he's nervous in those moments? He's not. Because he prepared since a child, bro. His dad was an NBA player. Probably told him to shoot as many shots as he can. Probably shot millions of shots before he even stepped on an NBA court. And now it's automatic. But it was reps, repetition. He prepared. He was ready for the moment. And when the moment came, he's hitting game winners and winning championships. You know why? Because he was prepared. He prepared for the situation, no matter what. You could be the best player in the world, bro. You could be the best player in the world. But if you're not working, not preparing, bro, you're not going to make that shot. You're not going to run that route. You're not going to catch that ball. You're not going to shoot that shot. You're not going to hit that guy. You're not going to pass that test. You're not going to get that job because you're not prepared. I'm telling you, it's not magic. It's repetition and preparation. You know the saying, people fold under pressure? Well, pressure folds under preparation, bro. It literally folds under preparation. You feel the pressure, but the pressure won't stay because you've done it. You're like, damn, I got to make this shot, but I took in the shot like a million times, so I'm gonna make that shit. No one's gonna stop me. That's the mentality you gotta have, and that's what you gotta do. You gotta train. You gotta prepare for any situation. You can't be lazy. You can't be sitting on your butt. Other people are doing reps. The only 1% is successful in anything they do. You know what I'm saying? You want to play a sport? Top 1%. You know what they're doing? Repetition, preparing, bro, for those moments that you're not preparing for. You think it's just gonna magically just land in your lap? Oh yeah, I'm gonna get that scholarship because what? You didn't prepare. You didn't work hard. You think you deserve the scholarship? You think you deserve the A+ on your test? You're gonna blame the teacher? You're gonna blame your coach when you weren't prepared? It's on you, bro. It's on you to figure this shit out. It's on you to work hard. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to be successful, bro? Deadass. Deadass. I see too many people smoking, drinking, not doing what they have to do, not preparing. And then when they get on the field, mind you, they might be great athletes, but when they get on the field, they choke. And it's not really called choking, bro. It's not magic. It's not nothing, bro. Michael Jordan wasn't just like magically good. It was all preparation. At the end of the day, bro, pressure isn't as hard to overcome as you might think, bro. It's your preparation. That's the real grind. And that's what separates elite performers in anything they do from the chokers that sell in the biggest moments.